Well, let's move on. Actress Loughlin and her husband, fashion designer Massimo Giannulli, have pled not guilty to 2 conspiracy charges in the college admissions scandal. They are both charged with conspiracy to commit fraud and money laundering. Prosecutors have said that the pair spent $500,000 to get both of their daughters accepted into the University of Southern California. Here to discuss more with us is attorney Areva Martin. She's a CNN legal analyst and author of the book Make It Rain. So Areva, I was actually reading that one set of parents actually filed to dismiss the charges against them. And they said, quote, "We're being mixed in with people who have different allegations against them. We want a fair trial. And the only way we're going to get a fair trial is a separate trial at a fair location and not be subjected to the prejudice of others." I'm wondering, as an attorney, could that strategy actually work? And if it did work, would it benefit the parents that have been charged?
Yeah, Kristen, we see the parents in this scandal taking different approaches. Some parents, as we saw with Felicity Huffman, accepted a deal from the prosecutor. She actually pled to the charges against her, and she worked out some kind of plea agreement. She will be sentenced sometimes later, next couple of months or so. Others are taking a more aggressive approach, like the parents you just identified. They're asking the court to dismiss the charges against them. Others have pled not guilty and said they're going to fight the charges. This is a really interesting case because what we've been told by the prosecutors is that they have a mound of evidence, not just the cooperation from the guy at the top of this whole college admission scam, Rick Singer, but they say they have emails, they have voicemails, they have audio recordings, they have text messages. So those parents that are saying they want their day in court are going to have to answer to that mound of evidence that the prosecutors say that they have amassed in this case.
So, Areva, I'm actually really glad you mentioned that whole not guilty plea. Lori Loughlin and her husband actually entered in that not guilty plea. But to your point, mounds of evidence. Is there something that I'm missing here? I mean, from their attorneys, from their standpoint, are they hoping that the celebrity factor might be able to help them, that they're going to be able to walk away from all of this without, any kind of prison sentence or any sort of, strict legal ramifications?
That's a good question, Kristen. We know in our system, our judicial system, there is something called celebrity justice, and it's not just a myth. People who have celebrity status, people who are more affluent, are treated differently in the criminal justice system. Now, I don't know in this case where the prosecutors have been so aggressive, they've been so adamant that everyone involved in this scandal is going to face jail time if convicted, or even if they enter into a plea deal, if that celebrity justice is going to work in favor of those parents who are pleading not guilty. And also, I should note, just because you plead not guilty, that doesn't mean that at some point you won't enter into some kind of plea deal with the prosecutors. That simply means right now, at this moment in time, you're not ready to accept the charges that have been presented. It's early in these cases. The discovery has not been conducted. I think some of these lawyers are saying we need to see more evidence. We need to see more of what the prosecutor's case looks like. And some of the parents, there's one parent in particular in California whose lawyers are saying, look, our son isn't even in college. He never applied to college. And we legitimately thought we were hiring Rick Singer and his company to provide legitimate consulting services. So each of the parents I believe, will have their own individualized defense to the charges. And then it's going to come down to what can the prosecutors prove? We know in our system, you are innocent until proven guilty. But clearly in the case of Lori Loughlin and her husband, the evidence that we've been presented so far doesn't look good. They have been charged with, taking photographs, creating this false image that both of their daughters were on some crew team and that they were being designated by a USC crew coach as student athletes. So the imagery, the evidence that has been presented to date against them suggests that they're going to have a very difficult time getting an acquittal if they do go to trial.
All right, Areva, we'll have to leave it there. Areva Martin, author of Make It Rain. I know we'll be chatting with you more about this. Thanks so much.
Thank you.